Bob, you're on mute.
Hello. Want to welcome you again to Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Northern Nevada. And you're welcome as a visitor or as a member. You're treasured here in this spiritual community, regardless of gender identity, age, socioeconomic position, immigration status, sexual orientation, or ethnicity. If you are a visitor, will you please fill out the newcomer form that you can acquire from the office. Again, a knock-knock joke just to get us off. Who's there? Razor who? Raise your glass and toast New Year as we leave post-Christmas, and happy Kwanzaa and happy holidays. Your speaker view gallery, you will remain muted throughout the service. There is a chat box. Feel free to comment, especially your joys and concerns. At the end of our service, we invite you into small groups for coffee hour.
A reading contributed to Kalidasa. Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the verities and realities of your existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of beauty. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day.
I hope you will join with me as we light the chalice. If everybody would get their chalice ready. And as we light it together, hope is the place you want to go. Hope is the person you want to know. Hope is the feeling that carries you through. And hope is the future for me and you.
Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me that I might know you're mine. I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me that I might know you're mine. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me that I might know you're mine. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in a winter time. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me that I might know you're mine.
As autumn days grow short, winter slowly advances toward that season during which we put aside our daily cares and, drawing near to friends and family, celebrate the blessings of a passing year and hopes for years to come. This is 2020, a year cut short by virulence, so cruel and undeterred, we do the best we can to gather and protect our fragile ties to family and friends and hopes for years to come. May this coming year of 2021 bring us needed solace, remembrance for the thousands lost, desire for health regained, strength to meet the challenge, courage to repair the damage, left unfettered by a world gone mad, faith that yes, we can.
In 1859, Charles Dickens wrote a book entitled A Tale of Two Cities. And he started out with these words: "It was the best of times. It was the worst of times." Now I know we all know those lines, but let me continue. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light. It was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope. It was the winter of despair. We had everything before us. We had nothing before us. 171 years later, these words couldn't be more true. How did he know? You know, in looking at this, I came across the word parallelism, which means that each of these views can be true at the same time. We, of course, all have had our private happenings and experiences during this year. We may have been affected differently by both COVID-19, the Black Lives Matter movement, immigration issues, all the other myriad situations that entered our psychic. Now, since I'm the one speaking at this moment and this time, I'm going to share some of my impressions and experiences that happened in this year. I believe that if something strange or troubling happened to us during this year, we just have to say, oh, it's 2020. And everyone will nod their heads in understanding. You know, Lois and I had to halt our traveling, include a month-long trip we had planned to Germany. We couldn't make our rounds to Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Colorado, and Utah to see our families. On the other hand, through the magic of modern technology, we have never visited so often with our kids via Zoom, an app we had never heard of before April. We love listening to our 3 adult children, their spouses, and our grandsons share and do problem solving. I miss meeting up with friends for a meal or for social action. But we still see each other on the computer screen and sometimes on our TV screen by transmitting from a phone to the big screen. You know, Reverend Karen and the board made sure that we're safe during this time. Excuse me while I pick up my papers here. Let me see the page.
Well, it's
Well,
it's
I
2020, honey.
It's 2020. At any rate, Reverend Karen and the board has kept us safe during this time. And for that, I'm forever grateful. we have had the opportunity to continue to have events. We've continued to have classes. And Lois and I are taking a class right now that is amazing in that the leaders are Joyce and Chad Schmucker, clear across the continent on the shores of Michigan, Lake Michigan. And yet we can continue to visit with one another. And so let's hope that in the future that we may be able to continue to do services both in person and online, so that we can continue to connect and see people that have moved away from our area, but still want to be a part of who we are. And I know that the board and Reverend Karen are looking at that possibility. The biggest downside has been all the people who have gotten sick, and many have died from this virus. It's hit close to home for us. We've had family and friends who've contracted the disease, and some who did not make it. But science has started to prevail. There's been some breakthrough drugs. We'll be getting our shot as soon as it's available to our age group. Now, in the meantime, we're trying to stay safe. You know, we haven't been able to attend protests on behalf of the Black Lives Matter, but we did have yard signs made, and we distributed to those that had a place to put them. In fact, we still have a couple of signs available for anyone who wants them. The Verdi Posse, which has fed hundreds and hundreds of people without homes, have had to change their protocols, but they've kept up their efforts. Oh, we've tried to help in small ways, but by being a transporter of food to and from the preparers, we've all had to be more creative in our efforts to make a difference. What I love most about this fellowship is the kindness, the generosity, the sacrifices, the respect, thoughtfulness, caring, compassion. So many of you have stepped forward during this crisis. We continue to fight against hatred, selfishness, and apathy. That hasn't changed during COVID. It's just that we've had to learn new ways of doing things. You know, Christmas Day was just last Friday. Sheila Shea sent us words of a song that the choir had sung in a past, and I would like to repeat those words today. No, I'm not going to sing it. And it's entitled "The Work of Christmas" by Howard Thurman. When the song of the angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and princes are home, when the shepherds are back with their flocks, the work of Christmas begins to find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to release the prisoner, to rebuild the nations, to bring peace among the people, to make music in the heart. And you heard Bob read a poem, and that poem was by our own Judy Carlson. And she said in the last line of the poem, faith that yes, we can, faith that yes, we can, so may it be, and amen.
Ring out wild bells to the wild sky.
Thank you, Nick. This is the time in our service where we have the opportunity to share our abundance with each other. As you'll notice on the slide, please text UUFNN to 73256 to contribute. If you prefer, please send a check or cash to UUFNN at 780 Del Monte Lane, Reno, Nevada, 89511. For convenient automatic giving, contact our office for an automatic draft authorization form. Our Share the Plate recipient this month is the Nevada Youth Empowerment. And now, of course, we're proud of our community and the gifts of loving and support, making, of course, our spiritual community and helping our spiritual community these days. So let's now let the offering begin. Now, if you would like to join with me in the dedication of the offering to the work of this fellowship, which is helping more people grow in love, faith, justice, and joy, we dedicate ourselves, and these are offerings.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear, that you can't carry, I hope you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I hope you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Bob, you're on mute again.
Okay. I'm writing this in a state of shock, watching the clock tick tock, advancing, approaching relentlessly. A brand new year. Oh, can it be? The calendar says the same thing too. Time races, vanishes for me. Boo hoo. No, wait. If time flies, I'm COVID done. A year of masks. It's gone. It's done. Well, we're making a transition from 2020 to 2021. And with it, we take the lessons we've learned in 20 and the new challenges and adventures of 2021. I'd like to share with you maybe some new resolve and some hope. I'd like to examine the rituals of transition between one year to the next, maybe a little advice, and anyway, looking forward in all ways. As we celebrate the new year, we also make resolutions. Did you know that resolution making goes back to 4,000 years to the Babylonians? They didn't do it on January 1st like we do, but somewhere in mid-March, it was known as the Festival of Ikitu and was a 12-day long celebration. And of course, they had a different agenda. They made oaths to their gods with a promise of ensuring that become debt-free or just give back the things they borrowed from others. Sometimes they pledged loyalty to a new king or reaffirmed their loyalty to the existing one. Now, the Julian calendar under Julius Caesar moved that celebration to January 1st as we know it. And it was, of course, to the god Janus, who's two-faced, who looks what? To the past and also looks to the future. He was known as the god of change and beginning. Now, January 1st was restored during the Gregorian calendar, but it wasn't until 1740 that the covenant renewal service was started by John Wesley, the father of Methodism, and praying and New Year resolutions became a standard practice. That service was known as the Covenant Renewal Service. Now, along with New Year's Eve and resolutions, there are many, many traditions, and they change from country to country. If you wanted to bring yourself good luck, I don't want to know this, but you might be wearing red underwear, because red underwear in Italy on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day brings you good luck. There are others. The Persians used to gift eggs to someone, symbolizing productivity. In parts of the United States, eating black-eyed peas is also to bring good luck. The Estonian practice is very unusual of eating 7, 9, or 12 meals on the eve of New Year. They believe that eating that many meals will give them the strength of that many people in the year that follows. Greeks, they break pomegranates in front of their homes. Japanese eat long noodles on New Year's. Long noodles signify long life. In Portugal, Hungary, Austria, and Cuba, pork is a standard New Year food, and it signifies prosperity and progress. In Japan also, bells in the Buddhist temples are rung 108 times. They do this to welcome the god of the new year known as Tashigami. Well, you're probably thinking about your New Year's resolution. Of course, to complete a resolution is not easy. Most of us make them, but only a small percentage follow through. I'd like you to think so it doesn't become too overwhelming. I'd like you to go with me and just think about a resolution for this next year. David, in his presentation, mentioned ways we can do things, be more kind, be more charitable, be more humble, be more generous. So what do you want to do? I reflect on 2020. The one good thing for me is consistent exercise. I now feel guilty if I don't exercise during the day. So that's been a reward for me, but I have the mindset to do it, and now I have the habit of doing it, that it's pretty easy. Now, I'd like you to think of maybe one thing that you would like to change. Is it the closet you'd like to clean out? Or is it the garage you'd like to, or even your car? Just take one thing that you think you can accomplish. And one piece of advice that I received that I think is great is do the 5-minute action. You know, you can do one little thing in 5 minutes. You could clean out the vegetable drawer in your refrigerator in 5 minutes, and that's an accomplishment. Keep the goals simple. I've started an act of kindness, and every day I do that act of kindness. And again, another thing I found is donating, going through my closets and maybe going soul for souls, finding things that I can do to make someone else's life a little bit happier. Now, it goes without saying that sometimes we beat ourselves up because we don't keep our resolutions. But guess what? You can be pretty content with the way things are. There's always next year to change your thoughts. Now, I found on the internet a New Year's Eve captions for the cautiously optimistic. Now, I'm pretty optimistic, but I thought, here's a few that I'd like to share. Cheers to the people who love us, the losers who lost us, and the lucky ones who will still get to meet us. No wishing, no hoping. This year, I'm just doing. Devote this year to loving yourself. And may all your troubles last as long as your resolutions, said Joey Adams. Now, these are some of the lessons that we can transition and take into our new year. And I think they reflect maybe some of our own thoughtfulness as we've looked at the landscape of this past year. They are never take life for granted. With so many people passing away and being sick, never take life for granted. You have all you need within you. Family is your permanent. You must have patience, grow every day. Nature is the best healer. Positivity is the key. Love yourself. You can survive without junk food, and health is the real wealth. Oops, I'm losing my papers too. Anyway, I'd like you just to think as we close, and I was going to read a quote from Rita Wilson. And as you know, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson were in the hospital with COVID. And she said in her reflection, she said, the thing I remember most and will always treasure is kindness. So remember to be kind and to be kind to others. So with that said, Happy New Year, and may your resolutions come true.
You know, I always look forward to this time when we share our joys and concerns with each other. As we enter the new year, what are your hopes and dreams? If you're comfortable doing so, type in your thoughts into the chat box, or just sit back and enjoy some more drums from Nick and then contemplate the future.
Going back and forth.
Spirit of life,
Unmute. Right, unmute.
give us thanks for the opportunity to connect through the magic of technology. And let us give thanks for the opportunity to reach out to one another and give comfort in virtual touch. Let us keep safe while we're in this transition time so that sometime in 2021, we can once again see each other face to face without a mask. Maybe we can start giving handshakes and hugs once again. So may it be, and amen.
Just like to actually close with announcements. Just to let you know, we want to thank you for joining us. If you need help with Zoom or any support or know someone who does, please connect with us. If you would like to receive our emails, fill out the online card, and please share this link with folks who feel isolated and may need connection. So what do cows celebrate on December 31st? Moo Year's Eve. We will have coffee hour in 3 minutes. Stay on for small group conversations.
Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade. But I'm not afraid. This rover got over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as a Rockefeller, babe. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. That pitter pat and that happy tune in your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade. But I'm not afraid, 'cause this rover got over. If I never had a cent, babe, I'd be rich as a Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street.
And I close with a reading from Maureen Killeron. As we weather winds of change, may we have the wisdom to cherish moments of stillness. As we recollect times of challenge and of pain, may we remember also the grateful blessings of our life. As we look to the future unknowns, may we have the boldness to trust that there is unimagined good yet to come. So may it be, and amen.